Your sleeping habits are ruining your skin. You put in all this work during the day that at night you're just throwing it all away with bad sleeping habits. In this video, I'm going to go through very common bad sleeping habits that you can adjust and fix in order to get rejuvenated skin over time. Bad habit number 1, aiming for 7 hours. Aiming for 7 hours seems like a good idea. Honestly, it is a great idea if you should aim for 7 hours. However, people go about it the wrong approach. Most people who aim for 7 hours don't actually get 7 hours. They think in a metric of, oh, I just need to be in bed for 7 hours and just close my eyes. And that always leads to bad sleep. So essentially what's happening is that, let's say you go to sleep at like midnight or 11 p.m. and you got to wake up at 6. So let's say you go to sleep at 11 p.m. and wake up at 6. Sure, you're in bed for 7 hours, but you're not actually sleeping the whole time. Part of it, you're kind of stressed about what's going to happen tomorrow at work, or stressed about other things in your life, / you can't really go to sleep on time. And then if you can't really go to sleep on time immediately at 11, you're stressed like, oh my God, I might get 6 hours instead of 7. So I highly recommend to fix this bad habit. If you're trying to get 7 hours, like aiming for 7, don't be in bed for 7 hours. Be in bed for 8 to 8.5 hours. I like to aim for 8 hours, so I'm actually in bed for 8.5 hours. Except for those first 30 minutes, I just try to just chill and just like wind down. And if, let's say, for the next hour and a half, I don't really sleep, at least I'll get for sure 7 hours as a minimum. So bad habit number 1, again, please do not aim for 7 hours. You want 7 hours, aim for 8 hours in bed or 9 hours in bed, or how much you ever like, That way your skin has enough time to actually rejuvenate itself over time. Now, you might be asking, well, if I'm trying to sleep for 7 hours, what do I do if like I just can't go to sleep? And that's where bad habit number 2 comes in, accessories. So for accessories, you need stuff that helps you go to sleep. I suggest what I use all the time is, I don't know if you can get this in frame, magnesium glycinate. Ever since I've been taking this, it's been really helpful for my sleep. Magnesium in general is really helpful for your sleep. I just take one pill toward the end of the day with my dinner, by the way, because I found in my experience eating this with food feels so much better for my stomach, because I know sometimes people have some stomach issue. Please see your doctor if you have stomach issues and see about this. But in general, eating this, when you're for dinner time, taking a pill after eating makes you go to sleep faster and more effectively. I found that this is like my 3rd bottle now, and they're relatively cheap. And you can find any any version of this on Amazon. Highly recommend the glycinate version. Oh, dude, how can I tell? But how can I show you? If I just do this, I think it might to zoom in. But the glycinate version, there's different types of magnesium, but I highly recommend the glycinate. And just take one pill, 500 milligrams a day, right after you have dinner. Just like a nighttime pill. And my sleep has been so much better. Now, with other accessories that actually might help, that has helped me, is that silicone earplugs and like a night mask. So you can just go to any like CVS or like pharmacy shop and buy like these like night masks that block out the light and these silicone earplugs. I don't recommend the rubber ones or the weird foam ones because it hurts my ears over time over the night. However, if you just get the silicone ones that mold into your ear, they're very nice. And also, please get IPA wipes so you can wipe them down like after each use so you can reuse them or whenever they get dirty, Not bleach. Don't use bleach or not bleach. Clorox wipes, use IPA wipes. So we went through the magnesium glycinate, taking a pill every day after dinner, earplugs, and a night mask to keep all the light out. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the eye mask, because I know some people have like really long eyelashes or they want to hurt their eyelashes, you can buy these puffy masks that are more roomy for eyelashes. Or you could get blackout curtains. I have both, so I am kind of double covered. So when I go to sleep, I have the eye mask, blackout curtains, and the earplug, so I just can't sense anything. And hence why make sure your alarm is all the way to the max on your phone, so that way you can actually wake up in the morning. Next bad habit, retinol. So retinol's fine and all, but I think what most people forget is that once you put your retinol on for the night, you have to let it sit on your skin for 10, 15, 20 minutes before you put your head on the pillow. Don't put your retinol on and then immediately go to your pillow and rest your head on it, because that retinol is getting smeared everywhere on the pillow and not really being absorbed on your skin. There's no point of you using a retinol if it's not going to go tailored toward your skin. So make sure when you apply your retinol, just leave it on there till it's fully absorbed. So give it 20 to 30 minutes. And make sure you don't do it while there's the sun's still setting because it's photosensitive. That's another thing. That's like a side note. So make sure the sun is down and you don't sleep for the next like 30 minutes or so. You moisturize with your retinol and let your skin actually absorb it before you put your head on the pillow. Another bad habit I found for sleeping for your skin is not using a silk pillowcase. So there's a lot of other different types of pillowcases that you can use, which are all fine and dandy depending on your skin. Let's say if it doesn't bother it. But I found that in my experience and a lot of other people's experience and research that using a silk pillowcase is really good for your skin and your hair. Now, don't just use a pillowcase. Make sure you actually wash this pillowcase every week. I know some people don't actually wash their pillowcase like every week. They wash it every 2 or 3 weeks or once a month or something. They don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you want the utmost value for your skin and like the best like preventative measure against like acne and blemishes over time, washing your pillowcase, your blankets, and your whole like sheets every week, like every Saturday or Sunday, like on the weekend, it's just so good. Like it gets rid of a lot of acne issues, like acne on your skin, a lot of acne on your face, especially with the pillowcases, and it just feels really nice, basically. So make sure you go for a silk pillowcase, and then make sure you actually wash that pillowcase and your sheets every week. Now, besides all this stuff that's ruining your skin overnight, these bad habits, you might actually be viewing some bad habits when it comes during the daytime. And to protect against those bad habits, I actually have a video right here talking about different ways to prevent UV damage to your skin and premature skin aging. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'm proud of you. And also, I know in the back over there, those are not silk pillowcases. This is the guest bedroom. Let me just be clear, I don't sleep on that pillow. So make sure there's no confusion here. I actually have a silk pillowcase in the other room, so don't worry about that if you notice that little detail. Again, I'm proud of you all, and I'm out.